What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be going over a YouTube tutorial on how to create a Valorant thumbnail. It's a newly anticipated game, so let's get into the tutorial right here. This render that I do have made today is by Mehex GFX. His link will be in the description, and some of the assets that I used are from the Valorant resource pack, which is by Sesso. So I'll also put his link in the description, but let's get into it. So starting off, we do already have the render. Like I said, his link will be in the description if y'all ever need to get any 3D renders made. He's the guy to go to. But yeah, let's get started. So let's make this background, this hex code color right here. It's FF4654. And you just want to do Control Options Delete, and that'll fill in whatever color you want to fill in. Next part, we're going to take the rectangle tool over here, and you want to drag it. That should be about good. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the fill, doesn't really matter what color because of what we're gonna be doing, but make sure the stroke is off and the fill is on. And then you're gonna Command T and rotate it to your liking. Like about right there, I think. Yeah, about right there. That should work. Cool. So now what we're gonna do. By the way, this hex code, the hex colors came from this Valorant resource pack, which I'll find all in there. But we're gonna go ahead and take a map from out of here and choose Venice, and just drag it over real quick. And then you're gonna want to do options over the rectangle that you want to put it on. Might be Alt on a PC, and just put it in there. It'll clip it on. It already is a smart object, so we don't need to do that. By the way, if y'all ever want to increase the end image without losing the quality, make sure you convert it to a smart object before you do so. But yeah, now we got that in there. Looking nice. Alright. And we're going to take a gradient map now. Go here, gradient map. And we'll put this, actually we need that hex code down here. So let's grab that. It's going to be, I got to click off a gradient real quick. Hex code is going to be 18212A. Alright. That's not what we're going to do. Alright, there we go. So now we got that. I'm going to put mine on reverse. It's going to make that look a lot better. There we go. And make sure you clip it on, which again is option. You go above it, options, and then click right there. Or Alt if you're using a Windows computer, I believe. But I'm on a Mac, so I could be wrong. Alright, so now we got that. Next thing I want to do is kind of make him look like he's coming out of this shape. So I'm going to go up here to this render. And first thing I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to convert this to a smart object. And just to make him look a little bit better for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go here to Camera Raw Filter. And come over here and let's put black and white punch. It's going to make the contrast and the detail a lot higher on him. So he's already looking better. Next thing we're going to do is this cool little gradient effect, which I did learn from Sesso again. So we're going to put the same gradient that we used earlier up here. Get rid of that one. Except we're going to take this color and put it on both of them. And now it's going to cover that. Make sure you clip it on. And now what you want to do is click on this white thumbnail, go to select color range, and kind of just go until you find something that you like and click around so you find something that you kind of like. I like that about right there. And what you can do now is take your black brush, make sure it's on black, and the black brush will erase whatever you want to get rid of. I don't want it really on his face, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Cool, it's looking pretty cool now. It's got a cool little gradient on him. That works. Yeah, but with the black and white thing, if you want to fill it back in, white and black to erase. Alrighty, now we got that. Next thing I'm going to do is add onto this background. In fact, let me go ahead and put this all in a group and we'll name it background. So we're going to add over from here. It's got some good stuff. Got a good texture right here. So we're going to bring and drag this over. Cool. Let's make sure it's kind of in the middle. That works. I'm going to take this color and change it to this white. Perfect. Now what I like to do, you could keep it all one if you wanted, but I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this layer. Click, make this mask. Take your black brush, which is to erase, and I'm kind of just going to go over some of the stuff I don't want there. And if you wanted to just take, just make it fade, kind of turn down the opacity, kind of make some of it fade, leave some of it. So that works right there. All right, cool. So now we got that. So now we're gonna make the title of the video. For this, we're gonna need the logo. We're gonna take this navy blue one and decrease the size of it here. Make sure you do, don't do what I just did. Hold down options and then go for it. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to add in the text for this video. We'll title it thumbnail tutorial, and for the font that I'm going to be using, it's slant. To me, it kind of just seems like it fit in with their text they had going. Kind of just liked it, so I went with it. I'm going to take it a little bit. I'm going to take it a little bit below it. Make sure they're lined up. You can just shift click on both of them and then align them like that. Make sure you're on the move tool. Alright, I'm going to move that down. And then make one more. Let's say tutorial. And again, if you're on a Mac, you're going to hold down Command. PC, I think it might be Shift, but hold down Command and then align all those. Make sure they're all aligned. And we're going to change this tutorial color back to that navy blue that's got going on in this. Cool. I'm also going to increase the size of the thumbnail thing here. Make that stand out. And we're going to put it over tutorial. And what I'm going to do here is add a little drop shadow effect. So we're going to do about 7 distance, 27 opacity, normal blend mode, and size. We'll leave it about 5. Cool. Move that back up a little bit. And I'm actually going to take thumbnail, take it up just a little bit more, so we're not covering it too much. Looking better. Alright. So now we're going to take all those one more time, just make sure they're all aligned. And we're going to put that in the center of the page. I'm actually going to just increase the size by just a little bit to make it stand out. Another thing that's really important when you're creating thumbnails is to have this Navigator tab, which you can do. I think it's on here. I'm not 100%. Oh, yeah, it might be window. So you want to go to window and then make sure you tick this Navigator thing. And it's just important because you can tell that's how it's going to look. You know, with YouTube, it's going to be decreased in size. So you want to make sure it's visible when they post it, whoever your client is, or if you're posting it for yourself. So now we got that down. Just going to add a couple of effects now. This could really be done if you just wanted something really simple. But I'm going to add a couple more effects. So we're going to go back to the background here, and I want to make the skin kind of seem like it's coming out of this rectangle. So I take this, Command J, and Command E. So we got another copy of him. And we're going to clip him on with the rectangle that we clipped all the stuff onto earlier. Make a layer mask, take your black brush, and we're going to get rid of, oh, sorry, don't get rid of this one. You want to go up to the original skin that you have, wherever I just put it. Yep, there we go. So go up to the original skin, or render. Put a mask on it. Take your black brush. Make sure you turn back up the opacity, because I did not. Take your black brush and get rid of all that. So now we got him looking like he's coming out of the rectangle. It's just a cool little 3D effect you can add to your designs. What I'm also going to do is take the Valorant logo, just the icon, and I'm going to put it honestly, I like better right there. And what I'm also going to do is take that and put that over, and then put the other one under. So part of it's under him, other part's on top. And if there isn't any part of the skin that we got rid of earlier, you could, if you wanted to, try to add it back in, just to make it fit in here, which by doing that, you would want to take this, Command, click on that, so that you're stuck within those limits. And then take your skin and draw back in what you want to draw back in. Alright. I don't know if that's gonna, yeah, it's not really gonna look right, honestly. So, I'm not gonna do it. But I like where we're at. So now we got the Valorant logo behind him. It's not gonna be the exact same as the one I made earlier, but it's pretty close. So, got that now. And now we're getting pretty close to being done with it, but yeah, that looks good. Now I'm just gonna add a few couple things. As you can already tell, it's got like a box line design going on it. So I'm just gonna add in my logo. Cool. I'm just gonna take my logo from here. And make it white. You can put your name all around the screen if you wanted to. Purpose of this video, I'm not gonna do that, but and I'm only gonna put this about halfway on the box, have the other half hanging out. Cool. I like that about right there. Alright, so now we're looking good. I'm gonna turn off these hex codes now. Don't really need them, have them all over the screen. So you can add a couple little things in. Another good font to go with this is Tungsten. Also matches the theme a little bit. So we're gonna put down here, we're gonna do thumbnail tutorial. And let's increase the width of it. So drag over it, Command T, it'll bring up this little screen, and increase the spacing to about 500. I like that. Cool. And then I'm gonna take a white box, and put it under there, just for more added texture. Awesome. And I have it under the skin. It wouldn't look as good on top of it, so I'll make sure you put that one under. And since there's a bunch of white going on, I'm gonna actually take this again, kind of take it out the screen, and change this to white. For a lot of y'all, since the beta is about to come out, you could make, instead of, obviously this won't be thumbnail tutorial when you're changing the edits to it, so you could put beta, playing the beta, whatever it may be, and you can change all this text. It'll be once you have the file. Yeah, last thing I'm gonna do is go under right here, and we're gonna make this shapes and lines. And since there's a bunch of white, I'm just gonna add a bunch of navy blue lines, kind of make it even. Just take this rectangular marquee tool, kind of drag, don't make it too wide, and Control Options Delete, or it might be Alt Options Delete on a Mac. I mean on a PC. Honestly, yeah, it's looking pretty good now. Take this, make it white. Alright, it's looking pretty good now. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and add more filters. It's pretty close, not the exact same. If you wanted to add that effect that I got going on there in the background, all you got to do is put it under everything. So let's go here. We're going to put it under all this stuff. We want it to be the last thing. And as you can see, we got like a light red and a blue going on. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is type in thumbnail. I'm going to change the font this time to Mooney Sands. Make it a lot bigger. And put it up here real quick. Make it about right there. Alright. Now you're going to want to take that, duplicate it just by doing Command J. Drag that down just a little bit and change this to tutorial. And then Command click on both of them and make sure they line up. Awesome. Now, I'm going to take my hex codes again earlier that I got rid of, and we're going to change the thumbnail part. I'm going to change that to it doesn't want to let me grab this letter apparently. So we're going to change this to this really light pinkish color. It's going to be FF8189. And we're going to take the tutorial and we're going to put a stroke on it. And change that to about a 2 inside. And it's going to be this navy blue stroke that we used earlier, the 101822. In fact, if you wanted to, you could even make it that. I think I might go with that lighter one. 18212A. Cool. Alright, now we got that done. You can play around with it however you want, but I'm going to do it like this for the purposes of this video. Line them up, and now Command G to group them, and just put background text. Now you're going to Command T, hold down Shift, and rotate it to an angle that you like. I like it about right there. I'm actually going to increase the size just a little bit. Cool deal. And then Command J, we're going to make one more, and you're going to hold down Shift and drag it down somewhere you like. I like the spacing about right there. Get rid of that hex. In fact, I'm gonna drag it down. I want it about right there, honestly. Command T, and that's a little bit better for what I want. Oh, make sure you don't do that. I don't know what I did there. Alright, I accidentally dragged everything, but hold down shift, increase the size of that. And why is it doing that? Not sure why it's moving everything over with it, but oh, there we go. I think that's why. Well, shouldn't be. Anyway, keep it about right there. Looks pretty good, yeah. I'm gonna take the thumbnails. Take both the thumbnail parts and decrease the opacity to about, say about 35, just to get the focus off of it more onto the title of whatever your video is. So now we got that done. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I really don't know why it was dragging that red with it, but I'm just gonna increase the size just a little bit more and move it honestly from there. Perfect. Alright, so that about wraps it up, honestly. If you did want to add more textures to yourself, you can. Like I said, I'm going to drop the link to this file at 25 likes. Shouldn't be too hard to reach. And once again, this assets, the resource pack came from Sesso. Link will be in the description. This render right here came from MeHexGFX. Link will also be in the description. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.